Alright. See if this all works. Might as well stream this. I'm sitting here doing this anyway. So I'm not going to sit and talk to myself too much, but if you're here and we're just chatting, so say hello. Let me adjust these white things here. There's like paper ASMR. I'm not looking really going for that. I mean, I guess I could. This track is too loud and music is. I don't know how that's all going, so turn it down a smidge. And I am just kind of starting. I think this is all this week's stuff that I got, and then a whole bunch of other things that I have yet to even. This is almost like a fat trade, so the fact that this isn't gonna fit in a standard size baggy thing. Let's. It does. Cool. Pull this little. I was gonna complain that my Twitch app is broken again because I didn't get a notification, but you apparently started right when I put my phone down. I have been kind of like. Did you hear that, by the way? That little pull tab thing. That's either going to be like good or bad, I figure, depending on how people are. See, I don't know, how's the music? Is it quiet enough? Should I quiet it down so we can hear paper? Not sure. I just went and grabbed some BGMs off Dover real quick. I was like, just in case. I don't have any like epic orchestral Avengers-esque, like, just in case. Let's see. Get down there. You hear that? And I'm using these resealable ones, so they have that little like sticky thing, Nicole. I think it's fine. I can hear you. Well, cool. This is the first time doing a just chatting. Everything else counts as like crafts or something. But this does not. This is literally me cleaning my house. And as my little thing says, like, I am so far behind on reading all of this. Like, I've just been buying the books that I have been reading and pretty sure I will continue to read, but outside of a certain couple series, it's still just like this whole stack minus like 3 or 4 books I haven't read yet. So, I mean, you can be like, oh, this Berserker, oh, that's a good book, that's fine, but oh, so-and-so died in this, womp womp. Give us the old little. That should be more of like a how dare you, sir. But I'm not like, this is not a podcast. I'm not here to fling my opinions on people. You're gonna come in and be like, that book sucks. Oh, you have like 90% Marvel books. Like, yeah, that is true. And right now I already scanned them. I have an app that I scan these. Spawn doesn't support PayPal. Ironically enough, I don't have any Spawn books with me right now. But yeah, that's, I think last time when it was Beyond the Stage or something, there were so many people like all over Twitter and whatnot just complaining like, why do you make this hard for us to buy? It's pretty much just like either this one credit card? Or that's it? Really? So there are a whole bunch of people just like, oh man, anybody last minute? Like, any randos on Twitter, can you help me? Can you just buy me? I don't have money on PayPal, so I'm going to have to pay my brother to buy it. Well, I mean, as long as it works, as long as you get in. The real question is, will you just stay up, or will you take a nap? You'll probably just stay up. Could do either or. I guess we'll see how I feel. If I'm just like bored, I'm gonna take a nap. Last time for the Cinderella Switch, I stayed up. I think it starts at 5 a.m. in your central time too, I believe. So it opens at 4:30, so you can sit there and like listen to their looping whatever they got going on. Thank you to Beyond the Stage. Please do not record videos. Screenshots are okay, etc., etc. This Cinderella because I don't have VR. Weird that, you know, even if you do have VR, it works on only like PlayStation and Oculus Quests, which we now have 2 of here, so to watch it here, but people with like crazy Vive setups and stuff couldn't watch the most basic. I don't know, because it's like technically it runs through an app and it's like only on that app store, so they not have VARC on like whatever, Steam. Have you seen the performance though? You didn't see it live, but we're able to. But because I was watching it through PlayStation VR, I have it recorded 2 separate ways, because I like right here I had OBS just running through as if I were capturing a PlayStation stream, but I wasn't. I was just recording it locally as not completely uncompressed, but I cranked up the quality. So it was just, you know, recording to my hard drive. So I have that, and then I have the internal PlayStation recording as well. I just, you know, held record to do a video recording, which they max at like 5 minutes, so I could just do it per song. So I have it in 2 separate, and the weird, like the internal PlayStation recording has some weird kind of like, it's like beveled or something like that. It's got some weird perspective thing going on, but if you watch it, the screen recording, it's just, you know, it's flat, but it's moving around because my head is, you know, jumping around. So there's that, and then there's the VARC or whatever, how the phone version, which had all kinds of the weird camera angles and stuff that you got instead. So it's like produced more. So you're not just watching a static concert. PlayStation recording so bad quality, literally I bought a capture device. Yeah, I think I did a couple when I was like doing like game memes and stuff. I would just grab a video, but it's like it's very noticeably better, just the screen, the OBS capture. Oh yeah, there we go. Niji Sanji is going to be at Anime Expo. But just the 3 EN girls, right? Because then that's literally everybody's technically going to be there now. Niji Sanji, those 3, the Hololive English girls, and V Shoujo. They're all, so it's EN Mania. But of course, it's all virtual. So I guess, you know, some cons are back, but AX isn't doing it yet. But AX is so ridiculously huge, I don't know if that would be a good idea yet or not. Who knows? So it kind of sucks because it's like virtual. I'm not down with that like virtual con stuff. It's like, okay, it's just a stream at that point. So I don't know what they can really do outside of like an interview segment, which they could have just streamed anyway. Even though the ticket money is going to charity or whatever, I'm not sure I'll buy in. Yeah, I guess it's because it's like, what is the programming? Is it just like a panel? Like, what is a... You think of, if you've ever been to a con before, what's a con panel is going to be? I guess it'll just be like that when like they interviewed with those random like streamer dudes, just like, oh, hello there, how's it to be a streamer? Do you enjoy it? I don't know. The only good thing was Lee Sandy Live was, well, last year's event was 99 the same. Yeah. I mean, AX in person has been good. They pulled like Morning Musume and Barry's Kobo and stuff. So they had, if anybody was gonna get them, I figured it would be AX, but it's like virtual. Okay. Seeing only like Kodako perform live to Global Beyond is great. Yeah, that is cool. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of times it's like, now that the price has gone down, or they care about, well, let's try to get some American audiences, and now they come over to the con circuit, like when the Pillows came to like Anime Central well after Footy Cootie was over, but it was still like, oh shit, now people can actually go see them and stuff, so that was really cool. LMFAO berries. I was living, I think I was in, no, I don't know if I wasn't back from, I didn't go to that, I think, because I don't live in California, but I saw them. I got I got front row tickets to see them at Nakano back in like 05 or 06, and that was like, I peaked. I was like, I don't need to go to another show, because it was like, I think like peak their songs and stuff, and I was in the fan club, so I got the lottery for the tickets, and then I was like, looked at the tickets, like, wait, hold on, what? Like row what? Row 1, row 2, and because it was to a weird side, I was essentially front row. My first YouTube account I was checking the other days, and 3 of my favorite videos is berries. Well, it could be worse, but I mean, those songs are still good. I'll admit it, again, I was in the Hello Project fan club officially over there, and then so I went to everybody. I was at Ayaya's concert, I went to Morning Musume concerts. I want to say everybody wasn't in berries because I think Maiha, she eventually graduated to go to like high school or something, somewhere fancy. But everybody else was there. It'd be creepy if you're just like looking back, oh man, they were so young back then, which they were. Cute was worse though, because one girl was like literally 8. Which is like the running gag. Oh, which one's the 8-year-old? And now you look them up or you see them nowadays and they look so different because it's been like 10 or 15 years. But then they're like, oh wait, they're only like 24 years old now or whatever. Well, that's how half of it was, like, you know, Goto Maki, they were like 14, 15 when they first debuted too, which is kind of crazy. But that's how those idols roll, I guess. But what was I saying? We're talking about the virtual. Let's move a set here down. These two big guys are like collected things, so they might be too thick for the bag. We'll see. Misako Seiga was my goddess. She's still a special place in your Kokoro. Yeah, I don't know, ironically or not, but like, I don't like the virtual events. I don't like virtual get-togethers. I don't like Zoom meetings. I don't think it's gonna work. These will just have to put like on the bookshelf. But I do love like a VTuber just lined up like on a panel, like on a TV show or something. You got like 3 people on like a panel, and there's like a TV, a monitor with just like at that Apex tournament or something. It was like the streamers or whatever who were doing the commentary, and then it was like Matsuri at the end on a monitor, or the Niji Sanji. No, it was they had somebody. It was like the Beat Mani 2DX. They had like the Pro League. What's his face from Niji Sanji? Kaiden. I can't remember his name because his name is just a regular name. The IT guy, which is, you know, this is bad that I can't remember his name because he's my favorite. I want to say, like, it's not like Eisaku or something that's like that, but pull the tape. And you get me in trouble years from now. I haven't heard anything about her. I read that comment already. But yeah, so I was hoping like there would be at least some sort of like, if there was an in-person thing at AX, it would be kind of like how the reports are for like the Hollow Stars events were. Because the girls haven't done any events as far as I know, I've heard about, but I heard like Hollow Stars, they had like as close to in real life things you can do, like Kabedan experience and stuff like that, where technically they're just in front of you in a monitor, but you can go in and like talk to them and stuff like that. So if they had something like that in lieu of like a autograph signing or session or something like that, that would be cool. Because this would be the year to do it. Next year, who knows how the popularity is going to be. Got some air in it. I'm gonna open it a bit, squeeze that air out a bit. There we go. But also, speaking of, I don't know, old talents, Creamy Mami, that sounds like the original voice actress who's doing all those Twitter spots. So. So I think I commented somewhere like, imagining the that clip, like the one from 2 or 3 days ago, where she was doing like the magic spell, and she was like, "Oh, I put a spell on you," and like Luna was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is the strangest voice I have ever heard her do, and it's probably the legit one." But yeah, imagine like a senior-aged voice actress lady in a mocap suit jumping around, dancing. I don't know if they're gonna have her do that or not. It's like if you were to have like Goku and then get his voice actress. She's like 80. We're gonna have a Goku VTuber, so it's clearly like maybe they'll have pre-recorded segments, which probably half of these are anyway. You know, they just got the, like you've seen the video probably of like the mocap dude dancing, like the guy, but it's the Uma Musume model. So it's like there's always like a fade out, fade in to the musical numbers anyway. So my suspicion is that those may or may not have been pre-recorded, or they have, you know, somebody else doing that. And then when they fade back in and everybody's standing around talking, it's the actress with the voice thingy going. I got my 144 hertz monitor the other day, or 444p. I'm amazed that most websites are garbage. This website is optimized for 720 by 1280, best viewed with Mozilla Firefox. Thank you very much. But is the scrolling experience, does it like, is it optimized? Does it realize I've got more real estate, so I'm going to do more cool things? Or is this just bigger? Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, bad. We've got some room, real estate on the table, and we can put a magic card. What's the highest Twitch lets you, or anybody? Does it still cap at 1080, or does it let you go off? Whatever your computer can put out, we'll do our best. Supposedly partners can do like 4K, but it's super delayed. I guess. You gotta get it to YouTube, they gotta chew on it, and then spit it back out. I guess it's just because it's pretty. I'm trying to think, is there anything like extra you can do with all that? Has to be encoded to VP9. See, I know you are up to speed, or, you know, with your, the codecs and whatnot. I haven't really looked into that much in a couple, I don't want to say years. Like, I was like, you know, MPEG 2, and then all of DVD formats, and then I finally got to, like, I remember DivX being down in the corner of all my fan subs and stuff, and now everything kind of stopped at whatever they put in the MKVs and MP4s and stuff like that. So I'm not as well versed as I once was. But you'll like right click on a video and be like, what the heck, why is there streaming like AC3? Like, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's cool. I like this comic book because it is about dogs that can talk and they know magic. So there you go, the dog is like shooting a magic spell at that geisha. Well, that's weird, but okay. Haven't read that issue yet. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because this is like this particular story arc, they're like back in World War II. So this dog went to Japan. So maybe that's why there's Shiba Inus in here, because Japanese dogs. Translators note Inu means dog. I think that's funny that in America we say Shiba Inu, but of course in Japan they would just say like Shiba Ken for, you know, the dog. So here in English we've thrown Inu onto the dog and they don't say it themselves. In Japan, oh, what a quirky little thing. All those little strips that I've been pulling off, as you can see, they're like just these thin little plastic things, and they're full of static electricity. So every time I have to like put it away, in a little bag or something because they'll just get it all over the place. They added English subs to Kiseki Knots. Not that you need them. LMAO. Time for yeah, right. I do have a hard drive I want to put in my case. Perfect time. Yeah, I just bought the cables because I didn't have enough connectors. No idea what this is, but it kind of came out. I'm not a speculator. I'm not buying every single #1 because I'm going to get rich one day selling Game of Thrones, but well, it looks kind of cool. #1, I'll check it out. I can always go back and buy more. Oh, and if you're wondering what the heck that QR code is in the corner underneath my very, very not moving avatar right now, that is like the web UI to the comic book scanning app that I have. So for everything that I have scanned, it should sync up there, and you could technically go in and look at every single comic book I own or have scanned. I just have it on here, and I can just go through every book I have. Like, oh, X-Men, you say? Oh, what's issue 23 look like? And then, yeah, collectors, whatever. So that's, if I wanted to do more stuff, I probably could, but it helps me remember if I forget to buy something. I can, as long as I remember to scan it, I can go back and be like, did I buy that? There's a couple times where I would like fall behind, like this right here. Like, I spent an hour before I streamed this just scanning all these and getting them into my system. Is that like a My Anime list for comics? Probably. The thing that sold me on this is the whenever I want to add a book, it's got like a barcode scanner, and then so I can just, and then it pulls it up right there, like, here's your book, add it to your collection. Because I had other programs in the past for like video games or CDs, physical CDs, and that was like before really smartphones were a thing, or they had a lot of the scanning functionality that they did now. So it was like manually entering it, and that was a pain in the butt. But if I can just go beep 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 beep. How old is that feature phone? What feature phone? The one that I just held up? That's my smartphone, my friend. It's old though. It's Galaxy, I want to say an S7. Yeah. And I don't do much smartphone ones because I have a... Is it battery swappable? Yes, battery swappable. It's got, you know, SD card slots. I have a headphone jack. So the only thing that's gonna force me out of it is when, you know, the apps get too heavy for it. And it's, before that I had an S4 for like 3 years. But then even basic games like Tsum Tsum and stuff that I was playing at the time would just like not work. And I think I got a cheaper one. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it. Like the only thing, games like D4DJ and stuff, because they have good music, but it's a pain in the butt to play them on this relatively smaller screen. I would get like a tablet or something just for that. Right, Magikarp. That's right. The stacks start getting too high, and then they'll start sliding like that. So we'll see. When they start sliding, I'll just... What's going on here? Oh. Come on now. I upgraded from an S5 to Pixel 2 because the S5 couldn't handle most things and 4 gigs was impossible. But can't change the battery on the Pixel 2 and it loses like 10%, 10 minutes of use. I remember like 10 years ago I promised batteries that last like a month. Usually it's like, yeah, based on our current consumption, but we've gone and created things that we didn't dream of 10 years ago that take just about as much battery as more. It's like, why does Chrome take up so much RAM? Why does Firefox? Oh, because it can like literally play all these 3D games now and stuff like that. Oh, the computers. So your Pixel 2 is the one that you're constantly like, oh, my battery died. It's down to like 10%. At least it has a good camera, right? I think that's the one good selling point I always hear about those. I'm getting all discombobulated here. There we go. So you're like required to have a food blog. And you said you were at an S5, so yeah, I was at an S4, so it was just, we're about the same, but then you jumped to the Pixel. I mean, I got it when the S4 was kind of old and cheap, and then when I got the S7, it was like, was not new. It was new to me. There we go. Matte side at the back, shiny side at the front, and then I put, there we go, shiny side touched. Why am I like, I had muscle memory going on, I forgot it for a second. Before COVID, I went to restaurants every few days. Yes, I did have a food blog. My old Instagram that I deleted because it doxed me. My Instagram has kind of laid dead for a year because I haven't gone anywhere, eaten anywhere. It was mainly like a cosplay photography more than anything else. And yeah, I haven't been to any cons in real life yet. So it's been, the last con I went to was C2E2, comic books, am I right? March of 20, or it was like end of February of last year. So literally it was like the last con ever held before everything shut down. So like, wow, glad we got to have our con. That was cool, and everybody was kind of like being careful already, but it still happened. So funny that your Instagram is like, hey, random people, you might know this guy because he just happens to, we know he lives in the same area as you. Based on our secret information, he might be the same guy. I haven't been to a con in years, so my local one's trash, but I want to go soon just to hang out in the gaming area. I did a weird, I want to sit in the corner and complain about how annoying kids are while secretly being jealous of their youth. That's, well, it kind of spun around. I don't know if it's spun around per se, but like, for the longest time, cons was where I would just meet up with people that I already knew from the internet. So it was like, hell, hey everybody, from like, I'll say Discord for conversation's sake, but it was like message boards. So it was like, oh, we would finally like meet and we would just hang out. So it would be just doing whatever we wanted to do. Sometimes we weren't doing anything at the convention per se. Now, if there was like a concert, then yes. But I remember there were times outside of like cosplay photography and stuff, I would just think to myself like, well, who comes to these things to actually go to panels and watch anime in the anime rooms? What? You can do that at home. But then, I don't know if it's because a lot of the original people that would go, they kind of stopped going for whatever reason. Like, they got kids or whatever, or they just don't go anymore. But, especially since I started buying like cameras and doing more on the cosplay side of stuff, more and more I'm getting involved with, I guess, the con programming per se. Like and because I do like live translation, I do that in real life too. So I would occasionally, never in an official capacity, but if my friends were like, hey, we need a translator for this guest for this panel, can you stop over? Then I would hop on in. But yeah, then we're sitting here like chilling in our hotel rooms with our bounties of like the food and drinks that we brought for the weekend. And we'd be like looking down from our balconies. Oh, look at these youths. Just complaining, like, not like a lot of like back in my day type conversations, because there's not much to complain about, but it's just like, it's nice the access of information now. So I guess that back in my day, you can just go online and 3D print a scepter for your cosplay or buy a bodysuit. If you had a Joann's in your town, you were lucky, but the fabrics they had were not anywhere near what you needed. Hey, happy anniversary, Sonic, by the way. But I think so it was like almost 2 years ago at Anime Central, we were like pulling up, Googling old photographers, and there's a couple people, there's one website where, and we're looking at like the cosplay, you know, from like 2001, 2, 3 and stuff like that, and it was all like the same red shiny fabric for like the Inuyashas or the Triguns and Gokus and stuff like that. They didn't sell wigs back then. You just had to do your best. So it was like, you know, I'm trying not to be an elitist, because the last superhero cosplay I did, I bought a bodysuit. I was like, these look kind of easy. So I still had to like shell out the money and do I paid, like, commission somebody for the actual art for the PDF to send to the printer to get the bodysuit made, because it was different from the one that I wanted. So it's like I paid the money for it, but I didn't just like off the shelf. I still like spent a lot of money for one component, and then everything else they still made. So I personally don't do the just, you know, just, oh, I'll order like a All Might cosplay, you know, all in one thing offline. And here we go, there it is. Like, I would still make it. But I'm not saying, well, if you don't make your own costumes, you're not a real cosplayer. Nope, 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 nope. My favorite, when I see cosplay, There's a lot of times where it's like clearly handmade, but it's like endearingly and like in a well done kind of way too. It's like, all right, this isn't just the Jamie Heineman and the Mythbusters that just threw together a Warhammer armor. Here they are, some mega corporate thing. It's like, oh, here's somebody who clearly did their thing, and that's cool. So I always like take pictures of those too. Especially if it's like an obscure character. It's like, I don't care how good their costume is. It's like, so when I see a cosplay and I'm like, oh, nice character cosplay. What's your favorite thing about character? And they're just like, I never actually watched Banana yet. I thought they looked. I've known a few people that decided to like do a costume because they saw it and like, that's cool, but then at least they like looked it up. They, you know, most of the time you have to at least like call them out from across the room. You have to be like, hey, Ash, and then they, you know, they take their picture and stuff. I mean, some people go all out and they're like, they'll sit there and you'll like role play it with them and go, oh man, Kamehameha. Kind of like, oh, you like Naruto, huh? Well, name 3 Hokages. I've yet to do something like that, so I think I would at least do my homework. So if somebody knows, I would know what to say or to respond to. Alright, 2 columns done. Magikarp, you can sit over here. This last center column. Can I get it all done in 10 minutes? I got something I kind of want to do at 8, but we'll see. Ugh. So I guess, I mean, it'd be cool if, like, yeah, I never played this game, but that looks like a cool character, and then you went and made it? That would be cool. But if you just, like, went to... That's why Deku is great to cosplay. Social awkwardness is a character trait. Yeah, you just pull out the notebook or something, like, oh, sorry, I don't know who you are. I'm gonna say Mecha Guy, you are Tycho Man through and through. Just say, when's that Tycho cosplay coming? And I know there's so many memes of like the like guy in a Don-chan costume with the legs. But then, you know, like, speaking of Magikarp, I remember being at like Colossal Con and there was like a buff Magikarp, which is literally just like a jacked muscle dude in like a Speedo, but he had a Magikarp like head on. And that's funny. I was like, okay, sure. Tassadon is literally Standing Don, that's his name. Was he in the game first, or did they like canonize him? Was he in the game first, though? What came first, the meme or the man? I'm trying to think if there's any other type of like fan entities that through just like brute force popularity they're like, hey, he's in the game now. He was in the game first. Oh, that's cool. thinking of the last stream I was in when we were playing He is a Pirate. Mashing it up with this future-based thing I got going. I'm sure I can make it. Just give me some time. I'm gonna go into the studio. I'll make it work. Come on and slam. Welcome to the jam. Come on and slam. If you wanna jam. The Thinking Man's mashup right there. And I had thought Space Jam 2 had come out already, but I guess not. It's a couple weeks. Come on, Bandai Namco, put that in Tycho. You can put pen, pineapple, pineapple, apple, apple, pen. You can put in Space Jam. I see my microphone thing redline every time I do that. I hope it's not like annoying. I'm like purposely doing this like up. Oh yeah, don't get banned, Twitch. I like saw this and I was like, what the hell? What kind of book is this? Because the first issue looked like that. And then like this, I was like, what? I was like, did they get some like artist from somewhere? But I was like, none of these people are anybody that I really recognize. So I was just like, well, that they just got a. And then the art itself does not look like very fancy anime girls. So here you go. Does this look like water? There you go. And put Magic Carp there too. I must have completely missed that whole thing. Like, I didn't realize it was a thing until I got a email from Twitch about it, being like, hey, we've had some questions and here's our stance on hot tubs. And I'm like, well, I guess my my button pressing music game streamers have not partook in any of that, so I was not aware. I might go over 5-10 minutes here. I'd rather just get these all done so that they're done. And then after this, I have to like file them. I have to, alphabetize them, put them physically in the boxes, and so they're all nice and lined up numerically. Maybe one day I'll have like the wherewithal. As soon as I'm done, so I sit home every day and I read them, and as soon as I'm done, I just file it on your C for comic book, and it's done. I forgot who posted about being in a bathtub with a 2DX stuff. that reminds me. For some reason, I thought you were gonna say something like being in a bathtub with a 2DX, and I thought like, oh, like a girl, but instead it was the 2DX controller, like Daki Makura, which I still need to get. All right, home stretch. Home slice. Only pull out a few bags at a time. I don't want them, because once you like take them out of the baggie that they're in, it's really hard to put them back in like the plastic bags. So it's like if you were to take all the garbage bags like out of the box that you buy them in, and then try to stuff them all back in, because they're, you know, processed and rolled up at the factory, however they do it. Helps keep them crease free and whatnot. In theory, I could do this every Wednesday, because Wednesday is when the new comic books come out. And I could be like, here's what I bought, as I scan them and put them in bags and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do like a read-alongs, and again, it's not a podcast like, oh, let me tell you about these comic books here. This is literally just me sitting here like, well, I'm doing this anyway. I'm sitting right in front of my desk. Now I use a paperweight. I like throwing little graphics on my starting now screen and ending now screen too. You know, I could make nice videos and endings and stuff like that, but why would I do that for myself? I can just do that for others. So let's see if the music doesn't cut away. Here's what I had. I don't know, sometimes it shows that like on a stream thumbnail or something like that. I'm like, well, that's kind of boring if this is starting soon. So if I at least have something relevant to what the stream is. Get that covered in click. I always try to like pull out just the right amount of bags that I need. It's like hot dogs and buns. Oh, Mecha Guy, you are a dedicated streamer. You're a fun guy. You should audition to be a Niji Sanji male VTuber. Why not? They have the one guy who plays 2DX, and he's Kaiden. I want to do full body tracking. Do it. Would you ham it up? Would you like dance more, do you think? Play more like if you were in a festival and be all like humma 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 humma. Like there are ways you can kind of cheese it. You know, it's not real full body. It's just like fingers and based on different cameras and tracking that at least your torso can move. But yeah, if you want to be like those whatchamacallit, Beat Saber setups. Hey, Fortnite, am I right? LMAO, I bought it because, well, Fortnite. I think this one because it was like, oh, it's also Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. That would be cool if a ton of money fell into your lap. Just like, alright. What would your model be? The VR block with Mr. Fix-Up Link was cool. Oh yeah, I saw that he was it. I didn't catch it, but it was just like VR music games. So just off the top of my head, it's Beat Saber, and then the one that's like shooting. It's like Music Gun, but more. And then, well, I know like Thumper, but. There's others. Did I guess him? You'll probably be done about only the shooting one. Okay. I think somebody like either Dot or Zyber rated him, or somebody was playing that game. It might have been him. But that's the one thing, like, I think I finally took it off of my layout here, but like just a little notice, like, I'm in VR, I cannot read the chat. At least in this game, at least on like a PlayStation. Synth Riders. Not knowing anything about that game. Is it cowboy themed? Because that title reminds me of Sunset Riders. Boombox, which has a cat that you can pet. As you play, is that like a mechanic? So the cat icon come up and that's when you go up like. That'll be fun. Was that all on one? Was it a relay or was it one big hosted thing? He's in the song wheel. Oh, cool. So I'll go back and give that a look-see. I only have the PS VR, so I only have. Well, I have Beat Saber. I think I technically got the Thumper because it was free. I think I did. I know I had the demo. I don't know if it ended up being a plus game. I have Space Channel High, which I still haven't played, which I'm still like telling myself I'm gonna stream it. Find a nice day where I can like play at least through part 2. You know, maybe I can do all 3, 1, 2, and then they're only like an hour, hour and a half. I'm not going through all the modes. There's no VOD, but they're recording it locally. Cool. Or, you know, I can just go to his channel, because I'm assuming he plays it. Alley Cat Blues. Bury my shell at Wounded Knee. Big Apple. 3 a.m. Don't ask me why I'm thinking of Turtles in Time. Close. There's only like 4 or 5 issues left. Eddie, will you take care? And I will see you. Hopefully, I'll see you at the concert tonight. So if you wake up or you get your ticket. Obviously, we won't see each other, but we'll be slinging them screenshots and hooping and hollering. There is a chat. Last time, I was just in our Discord chat because it was, you know, taking screenshots and spamming that too. But there is a spawn chat. It made me seem like there was like, it almost seemed like they had different lobbies because I swear. People were referencing people in a chat that I could not see, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, JP had a different lobby, so maybe that was it. So I don't know, it'll be side streams. I don't know if anybody else. Everybody else is gonna be busy doing their little festival thingy. Only us and the pirate crew will be hanging out at this show. And I remember what they were talking about in that Kiara stream when don't get me started. Well, good timing, Kogero, because it's the last thing I have to bag right now, so I'm just about done here too. You go eat. I saw the trailers for the Apex event, so I might actually be back playing that a little bit. So if you don't mind somebody who sucks to help you farm event points, hopefully I'll be around. But yeah, this is something I do anyway, so it's like, well, this is easy enough. I can just turn on the camera. So Kogero, thanks for stopping by. Mecha Guy, thanks for popping in here. And I will see you guys later. I will not do this every Wednesday or whenever. That's the plan, but when I move into my new place, if I have like a nice setup. Bye. See you later. Here's an air horn for you guys. These are the real MVPs.